The sound of the night shift was always the same distant hum of the vac, the soft squeak of a mop on marble floors, and somewhere far above, the muffled echo of decisions that changed millions of dollars, but never seemed to notice the man pushing the cleaning cart. Ethan Cole didn't mind. As a single dad raising a 9-year-old daughter, steady work was steady work. The pay wasn't much, but it was honest. It was 9:45 p.m. when he saw her again, Claire Donovan, CEO of Donovan Global. She swept out of the boardroom like she owned the air itself, stilettos clicking, phone pressed to her ear. She was the kind of woman magazines wrote profiles about, brilliant, untouchable, terrifying to interns. But tonight, Ethan noticed something different. She stumbled. Just slightly. Enough that most people would think she was tired. But Ethan had seen that same faint wobble before years ago in the hospital waiting room, when his late wife had brushed off, just feeling a little dizzy hours before she collapsed. Claire leaned against the elevator wall, rubbing her temple. "You okay, ma'am?" Ethan asked, pausing mid-mop. Her eyes flicked to him like she'd only just realized he existed. "I'm fine, just haven't eaten since breakfast." But her skin looked pale, almost gray. The hand she pressed to the wall trembled. Ethan's gut tightened. Over the next few nights he kept seeing little things. She'd grip the railing in the stairwell. She'd sit for a moment longer than necessary after meetings, like catching her breath. Everyone else ignored it, her assistant, her drivers, the board members who saw her every day, but Ethan noticed. Maybe because he was used to watching closely, whether it was spotting when his daughter was too proud to admit she had a fever, or knowing when she needed a hug more than she needed advice. One Thursday night, as a storm lashed against the building's windows, Ethan saw her again alone in the office, papers scattered, her breathing shallow. This time he didn't ask. "Ma'am, I think you need to get checked out." She waved him off. "I have work to—" Her knees buckled. He caught her before she hit the floor. The paramedics said it was lucky, very lucky. Early signs of a heart condition. If Ethan hadn't acted, she might not have made it through the night. When Claire woke in the hospital, the first thing she saw wasn't her board members or her publicist. It was Ethan, sitting in the corner with a paper coffee cup, still in his janitor's uniform. "You stayed?" she asked, voice weak. He shrugged. "Didn't seem right to leave you here alone." The next week she called him into her office. No mop, no cart. Just him, standing awkwardly in a room with floor-to-ceiling windows and a desk big enough to park his daughter's bike on. "You saved my life," she said simply. "And I didn't even know your name, Ethan Cole," he replied. She offered him a handshake, then unexpectedly, a job. "We could use someone with your eye for detail in building safety, head of facilities, better hours, better pay. Health insurance for you and your daughter." Ethan hesitated. "Why me?" Claire's voice softened. "Because in a building full of people paid to notice things, you were the only one who did." Months later, at the company's holiday party, Claire made a short speech. She talked about gratitude, about how sometimes the people who change your life aren't the ones you expect the ones, who don't just walk past when something seems off. As the applause rolled through the room, Ethan stood in the back, his daughter perched on his shoulders, clapping along. She leaned down and whispered, "Daddy, you're a hero." He smiled, thinking of that night, of the decision to speak up when it would have been easier to stay quiet. Message. Sometimes the greatest impact comes from the simplest act, paying attention when others don't. Kindness doesn't always wear a suit or carry a title. Sometimes it carries a mop. And the courage to say, "Something's not right."